Hey guys, it's your girl Lydia, and today we are going to be making ratatouille. Now, I told y'all in the last video when we was polishing up our cast irons, that's what I wanted to make. So let's jump right into this video so we can get it started. First, we're going to make the herb dressing. For the herb dressing, we're going to use olive oil, some salt, some pepper. I have some parsley, which is freeze dried, and then I have some basil, which is dried, garlic, and thyme. Now, if you have fresh herbs, I would advise you to use that because that would make it so much better. But I currently do not have fresh because I was not able to get my garden up and running this year. So this is what I am working with. So we're going to use about 5 to 6 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to use about a teaspoon of each herb, which will be the thyme, the basil. I'm going to actually use 2 teaspoons of parsley and 2 teaspoons of garlic as well. And we're just going to salt and pepper to taste. Once we get it all in the bowl, I'm going to just whisk it up and we'll sit it to the side until the end. I just like to prepare my herb dressing first, guys, just because it makes it so much easier at the end when I start throwing everything together. I don't have to worry about forgetting to prepare it. Also, the longer those herbs sit in that olive oil, it infuses it even longer. Well, it infuses it and makes it taste even better. So that's just my preference. You can do it how you like. Okay, guys, so here we are just dicing up our onions and our bell peppers. And we're just going to use these diced onions and bell peppers in our sauce for our ratatouille. Fun fact, guys, when this film came out, I was in high school and I actually had a pet. He was a pet gerbil and I loved him to death. So he wasn't a rat, but he kind of looked like one. And his name, Mike Longtail John Giles. I was so proud of him. I loved him. Let me tell you, I ended up with so many of them because I didn't realize they mate the way they do. Wow. Alright guys, so now we're over at the stove and what we're going to do now is just put together our sauce. So the sauce that's going to go on the bottom of our ratatouille, and again, there's 2 ways you can make it. This is the Ratatouille Disney movie inspired version, but usually I'll make it like a big casserole and just mix it all up, you know. But again, for the sauce, we're going to use some olive oil. I got some onions and bell peppers diced up. We have some dried garlic, but again, if you have fresh, go ahead and use that. I have salt and pepper. We're just going to use that for taste. And we're going to do about 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of thyme, some crushed tomatoes, some tomato paste, as well as about 2 tablespoons of basil. All right. So let's start getting our sauce all together and in this pan mixed up so we can throw this recipe together. I'm ready to eat. Best part of the recipe, look at all of these fresh goodies, y'all. So not only did I get some free zucchinis and squashes from the farmer's market, my neighbor came by last night and dropped off a huge box of tomatoes that her garden has produced because she is running out of room to store them and ways to store them. So today we are going to cut these up and start putting our ratatouille together. So I have my veggies here for me to cut. I also have my cast iron pan here. So once that sauce is done, all I have to do is assemble it. Now these squashes and zucchinis are a little bit smaller than my eggplant that I have, if you can look at the size. So I'm going to get creative with the way that I actually slice it. But I just wanted to make sure y'all see the difference in size. Now while I chop up my veggies, guys, well, not really chop, but like slice them up, I just want to say there is multiple ways you can do this recipe. Now, although I am trying to make this like Ratatouille movie Disney inspired, usually when I make this, and I'm going to say 9 out of 10 times, I'll like dice it up chunky, throw it all in a casserole dish, and just put it in the oven and bake it off that way. So it's less hassle. You don't have to worry about it looking all pretty, but you get the same great flavor, and that's all that matters to me and my family in this household. So I just wanted to get y'all, well, just let you guys know as a quick side note, if you don't want to go through all the hassle, you can always do it that way. And guys, while we have this quick moment before we do start assembling, I just want to say thank you for everybody who stuck around and supported me. I know I went on like a quick hiatus for a while, and I ended up having a baby and going through like a lot of issues that I didn't go through with my first child. So I'm back and I'm really going to try to bust out these videos on a regular now. But let's continue. Alrighty, so all my veggies are chopped up. Don't mind that white paper towel underneath. It's just to keep my cutting board still. So I have yellow and green zucchinis, yellow squash, tomatoes, some eggplants. Here is my cast iron. So here is what our sauce is looking like. It's nice and thick. It's still a little chunky, but it is still loose. So I'm going to pour all of our sauce inside our cast iron pan and just spread that out evenly. So now that we have that spread out, it's time to go in with our veggies. There's really no particular order to do it in, y'all. So do it however you seem fit. I'm just going to go in with however I seem or feel like doing it. And I'm probably just going to stick with the pattern I have right here now. I already got one layer down and I have a whole bunch of veggies left. So this might actually be enough and I can keep my other veggies for different recipes. I am just squeezing in these extra pieces anywhere I can right now, guys. So this looks like all I can fit. What I'm probably going to do with the rest of this, I don't know. I might do one more layer around right here on top. Or just shove some extra pieces in. There you go. Make it nice and tight. Get it right, get it right, get it tight. So this is all that's left. I only cut 2 tomatoes, 1 of each zucchini and squash, and half of the eggplant. And this is literally all that I have that's left. This is what my ratatouille looks like. Yeah. Ratatouille. Okay, I'm sorry. But this is what it's looking like. For the last step of our ratatouille, all we have to put on top is going to be that herb dressing we made a little bit earlier in the video. So I'm just going to give that one more whisk together. Make sure it's fully incorporated since it did settle for a while. And then we're going to get us a little brush. I have a little silicone pastry brush. And we're just going to brush the top of our ratatouille with this herb sauce. And if you have a silicone brush like me, please make sure you're scooping with your brush. Act like it's a spoon. Just because if not, all that seasoning is going to be left behind. So this is going to go in the oven, guys, 350 degrees. What I'm going to do is cover it for now. It's going to bake in the oven for, I did slice these thin. So I'm going to go about 30 minutes covered, 20 minutes uncovered. Always just check halfway through because depending on how hot your oven is, you might need to pull these out a little earlier. But I am going to try to just get a nice little crisp char on the top layer. And when it's kind of like that, that's when I know it'll be done. So when we get that nice crisp char right on that top layer and the veggies are nice, soft, and tender. All right, guys, so it has been in the oven. We are going to remove the foil without burning ourselves. Every time I open my oven door, it reheats up. So that was my oven going back to temp. Guys, look at this. Oh, that looks so good. So we're going to put this back in the oven for about 20 minutes, uncovered, and then we're going to see what it looks like. Woo! That thing look good. All right, out of the oven, and here we go. Y'all can't tell me that thing ain't sexy. Nobody could tell me that that thing right there, that thing sexy there.